Boom. We are rolling. What's going on, guys? Welcome in. Take a seat and get comfortable. Hope you're all having an absolutely fantastic day so far. It's great to have you all here. Hope you're all keeping safe and well. So, on today's video, we're going to be checking out a band called Afittingend, and specifically, we're going to be checking out their new track, which came out about 3 weeks ago, which is called Puritanical Inquisitions. So, little bit of backstory with Afittingend. Basically, to cut a long story short, Afittingend is one of the guitarists and the vocalist from a now defunct band which were called Fall Before Your Creator. I'd featured Fall Before Your Creator on the channel. Let me actually look. Twice, both of their singles actually, Can Such Things Be and the Monomyth the Monomyth. So that was 2 years ago, give or take, and 1 year ago, give or take. So I was a big fan of Fall Before Your Creator. It's a shame that they split up, but bands sometimes split up. That's kind of just the nature of the business. So not going to dwell on that for too long. On to new things. So basically, I've been aware of Afittingend for a while now. They released a song all the way back in December 19th. The guitarist Opie? Not really sure how you're saying it. I'm so sorry, my dude. Said check out the new project, Afittingend. Then they released a track called Banshee Nocturne, which I couldn't remember if I'd heard it before, so I stuck it on just before I pressed record and started filming this video, and then it all came rushing back to me. So I think probably, and I listen to so much music, and I'm just a bit of a dumbass, basically, that like sometimes bands just fall through the cracks. So I was like, did I do something with this? I couldn't find any evidence of it on my YouTube channel. There's a chance that I maybe took a little clip of that and put it up on my Instagram. RDG Promotions, by the way. I have an Instagram channel. I make 1 minute long clips of various different bands that I don't have because I can't react to everything. Put that up on my story. I always respond to people, or try to respond to DMs on my Instagram DMs, and I'm always posting dumb, just stupid memes and funny videos that I found on my story, and I try and do that 4 or 5 days a week. So if you like what I do here, go follow me on Instagram, because you'll probably like what I do over there, or don't. I can't tell you what to do. But my guess is that I did something with this song, but there is also the possibility that just because of my dumbassery, it's not a word. It's a word now. I just listened to this really, really great song and then just completely forgot that it ever existed, basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to Banshee Nocturne just to get everyone caught up to speed, and then we're going to listen to their latest song. So without further ado, Banshee Nocturne, Afittingend. Let's go.
Stand for death, for me.
Fucking great song. Really, really great song. The only thing I would say is that the drums were just a little bit too quiet, especially the snare. There was a couple of moments where a nice strong snare hit would have really just helped the song kind of like pop a little bit. It's a minor criticism, but it would have been nice if the drums were just a little bit louder, a little bit more prominent in the mix. That would have helped it. But great track, really, really great track. Awesome atmosphere. Really, really nice use of symphonic elements. Just a great song overall. Okie dokie, guys. All right, let's get into this. I think we've got an actual music video here. Okay, Afittingend, Puritanical Inquisitions. Let's go. Oh, yes. Oh, hell yes. Afittingend. Puritanical Inquisitions. That was tight. Excuse me. There we go. Too much vape. That was tight as fuck. That was really, really cool. They are... I wonder if the vocalist and the guitarist had something to do with the songwriting from Fall Before Your Creator, because they're quite similar. Fall had like some really unusual sections, especially in the monomyth, I think that's what it was called. Like very, very just go and listen to it, basically. Like it sounded similar to Afittingend, like the same type of thing, but just a little bit different. I wonder if two or one or possibly both of the songwriters came over from interesting. I wonder. I'll have to ask. But that was really, really good, man. That was really, really cool. So here's a couple of bits that I want to highlight. 1 minute in. Just punch my microphone. Just that little digital effect there. That was cool. Subtle. That's cool. I like that. One thing I'll say as well, any criticisms I had of the drums on Banshee Nocturne, not the case here. Drums sounded fucking tight. Like, really, really tight. Something else was a little bit too low in some sections, but we'll get to that. Okay, next section coming up. That guitar work there, I really dug that. I noticed that these guys describe themselves as black metal, deathcore, and orchestral. Now, to me, that sounds like to me, you could put all that together and just call it blackened symphonic deathcore. But there are definite moments where they sound like a straight black metal band. So I think actually I think actually making it a distinction between black and deathcore and black metal and deathcore is actually works in this situation. A lot of the vocals had a very raspy shriek, like not quite a shriek, but a very raspy black metal kind of not very core sound to them, which I really, really dug. Okay, next section here. 5 minutes in. really good raspiness. Yeah, it's got like a kind of tearing. I hope they're not tearing his vocal cords, because that would be really sucky. But it's got like a paper tearing quality to it, which I'd really, really dig. So I actually threw my head back at this section here. I thought for sure we were going to get a massive breakdown. And I mean, I guess we did get a breakdown, but didn't see the guitar solo come in at all. That build up to it, that almost sounded like something that's a move that Extermination Dismemberment do a lot of the time, with that kind of. Ooh. But they just go into a really, really fucking cool, like, guitar solo instead, which I'm going to listen to again. I'm actually just here vibing now. Great track. Really, really great track. I have a couple of criticisms. A couple. Not many, but some. So, this section here. That tremolo picking, that guitar section, is way too low. Way too low. I really like it. I highlighted it as one of my favourite parts of the track. It's very quiet. It's a small criticism, but that guitar was really quiet, like far too quiet. It was kind of the guitar sounded great for the rest of the time. Like you could hear like you could hear the chugs, you could hear you could hear the slam-ish bits. You could hear the guitar solo really well, but like I'm nitpicking just because I'm here, constructive criticism. Hopefully that's the way it gets taken. But that far too quiet. That definitely needs to be turned up, and potentially more of it as well. Actually, like more of that guitar work, because it's really good. Difficult to hear, but also really good. The other thing as well is the length of the track. 7 minutes 19. This is black and deathcore, symphonic deathcore with black metal elements, whatever you want to call it. So you expect the songs to be long, but there was a couple of bits where I don't want to say that the song was padded, but maybe the length could have been, maybe they could have told the same story, but just just maybe in like 5 minutes, just to make it like a little bit more condensed, a little bit more palatable. So I'll give you an example. So after the guitar solo, the breakdown continues. It's only a little thing, and I hope I'm not coming across as too critical. But also certain parts towards the beginning of the song as well, it kind of felt like maybe a couple of those sections that sounded very similar, if not exactly the same as the last one, maybe could have been taken out, and the song could have been closer to like 6 minutes, maybe 5.5 minutes. It potentially dragged on just a little bit longer than it had to, and this other section as well. I'm not sure the piano. There was just a great song. I don't want it to come across like I'm shitting on this, because the work that went into the music video, how good, like how I really don't want to. I hope this doesn't come across as like hypercritical, like I'm shitting on their efforts, because I'm really not. I've got nothing but respect for anyone that uses their musical talent and their mixing and their film and their cinematography and all of that to go out and make such brutal music that is never going to get to like the number one in the charts or anything. So I'm not really, don't want it to come across like I'm hating, but just with that little 20 seconds of piano, with that 30 seconds that the breakdown kind of continued without doing anything anything different. It was just kind of the breakdown minus the guitar solo, with a couple of the sections towards the beginning that sounded very, very similar. Kind of just feel like they maybe could have trimmed off maybe a minute and a half of dead weight, and it would have just made the song sound a little bit more concise. It kind of, it dragged a little bit. Not massively. It was a very interesting song, but potentially dragged on just a little bit. But this is coming from a dude that does reaction videos. This isn't coming from a guy that actually has any experience when it comes to like writing songs or anything like that. So feel free to tell me to go fuck myself, basically. But overall, really, really enjoyed that, and I cannot wait to hear more. So, as per usual, if you scroll down, you will find links to the band's the music video that we just watched, which was on Slam Worldwide, because of course. You'll find links to the band's social medias, to where you can buy some merchandise if they have any. Hopefully they have merchandise, and where you can stream everything, and where you can stream it, you know, Spotify, Amazon, all that. Please, 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 with a massive cherry on top, go scroll down, click on every single one of those links, hit them up on Instagram, give them a follow, like all their posts, slide into their DMs, let them know how much of a good job they're doing. Go and like the Slam Worldwide video, you know, leave a comment for the algorithm. If they've got merch, go and buy some. I know times are tough, you know, and I understand that, but it really helps bands out a lot. And then go and stream their shit, get their numbers up, because that's also really, really helpful. Just do whatever you can to support these guys, because Fall Before Your Creator were great. I think Afittingend are better overall. It's awesome that two of the members went and created something new, and I can't wait to hear what's in the future. So, one last time, Afittingend, Puritanical Inquisitions, go check that shit out. Thank you very much for joining me, always a pleasure, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.